All right. I'm going to ask you a serious, thought-provoking question. Okay. This is predominantly for the UAE expats. All right. And the content or the pointers that I share in this can also be used in other countries. So if you are someone who's a job seeker, someone who wants a better paying job, a better position, a higher salary, this video will really help you because I'm not giving you theoretical knowledge. I'm giving you practical experience. Okay, I'm speaking from my experience. So and yeah, feel free to comment and let me know if you think what I'm saying is right, wrong, or if you have something to add. And also, if you disagree, I would love to read what your disagreements are. So here's the thought-provoking question. Now, as you can see, I'm completely tattooed, and I had these tattoos from the age of 31. It slowly started building up. Okay, so if you know my profile, you'd know that I don't have uh, a degree. If anyone asks me, show me your educational qualifications in the HR for a job, I don't have. My personality was very rebellious. So it's very easy for someone mature sitting in the decision maker seat to read that. Even though we think we are smart, they are always smarter than us. They have more experience, especially someone who is seeing candidates every day. And then, once I started to get tattoos, the message was loud and clear. I didn't have to say it. Anyone look at me would know that, oh, this guy is a rebel. And, on top of that, the earrings, the way I used to speak, think, act, behave. And then, yes, the visible tattoos. So, how is it with all this? I still got jobs in the sense I got contracts to work. I was working for different projects. I had tie-ups with corporate companies. This is all in Dubai, huh? And what's more is, how is it that from the age of 31 all the way until the time I left Dubai, which was around the age of 40, how is it for 9 years I managed to do it successfully? See, the first from 20 to 30 is where I didn't have tattoos, but I was rebellious. I didn't have a degree, I didn't have anything, yet I was getting jobs. And after the age of 30, I still got jobs despite now making a loud, controversial statement. And remember this, this is before social media got popular, where what I did was shocking and unacceptable. People thought, obviously, even today, that something was mentally wrong with me, that I had mental issues. And people even wondered, like, who's going to employ him? People are gone mad to employ this guy. So, how is it? The simple question is, how is it that I got employed, got jobs, earned money, made a living despite all this? And if you have followed my content all these years, you know for a fact I hardly gave anyone my resume. I never gave anyone my resume. I never applied for a job, where 4,000, 5,000 people kept their CVs, yet I got a job. And what's more is the biggest shocker. I never went through the interview process. I directly went for the final, that was the negotiation stage. So in this video, I'll give you all these points. And I know I gave you a lengthy tirade of all these facts. Why I'm sharing this is because if you are someone who uh, is facing problems getting a job, even though you're educated, even though you have a degree, even though you're good at communication, even though there's competition in the market, um, you know, don't lose hope and ask yourself, if I have everything this guy doesn't have, this tattooed chap, then why am I not getting a job? It is because you're not doing these things. All right. So, in no particular order, I'll give you the 10 points. The first one, the first one, which I used to always do, I clearly understood that people looking at me would have a particular image. Oh, this guy is mad. This guy is satanic. This guy is evil. This guy is maybe he has been to jail. Maybe he does drugs. He smokes. He drinks. Uh, my goodness, what's wrong with this guy? So I automatically knew that people had a negative image about me. So That was a standard default. So I asked myself the important question. Okay, now that guy has already judged me, the guy doesn't like me, he already has a very low opinion about me. What should I say? What should I do? How should I approach him so that it not only erases all these fears, but eventually makes him like me, makes him trust me, makes him believe in me? And from there, how can I make it stronger? So always keep in mind, when a person meets you for the first time, he will judge you. Okay, this guy's smart, this guy's dumb, this guy is oh yuck, or this guy is oh wow. You know, like for example, if you are smelly, if you have terrible underarm body odor, your immediate impression, yuck, this guy is disgusting. Or if you meet someone who, is dressed up funny and his shirt is half out, his tie is unkempt, you'll be like, what a loser, man. But if a guy is like wearing, Armani, Gucci, branded stuff and has a watch and a real, chic car, you'll be like, man, this guy must be loaded. He must be rich. So we always form opinions. Let's say females, they dressed up very elegant. You'll be like, wow, she's sophisticated. But if she's showing all her boobies, her ass, oh man, this female must be like a gold digger. So you get what I'm saying. So even people look at you and they judge you and they form opinions about you. My first challenge, this is apart from the video, is how do you think people perceive you? Are you aware of that? See, I was very clear. I knew how people perceived me. And I always looked at it from a negative perspective. Do you know how people perceive you? And if you don't have an answer to this, then how do you correct it? How do you change it? Seriously, ask yourself this very important question. How do people perceive me? When they look at me, how do they judge me? How do they, evaluate me? What are the good things about me? What are the bad things about me? So you must be aware. And how do you get the answer for this? It's very simple. You talk to people. As to always speak to everyone, ask them questions, and as to tell them, see, listen, I'm a grown ass man. I'm not going to feel bad. Give it to me on my face what I need to hear. Uh, so yeah, the first most important thing is, remember, people are judging you when they see you. They have formed an impression, an opinion about you. It can be from your accent, it can be from your dress sense, it can be from the way you behave. And after that, since you know that, ask yourself, how can I be more likable? How can I be more trustable? Okay? Likable and trustable. That is the most important point, and that is the first point. All right. So keep this in mind. And if you can figure out ways to be likable and trustable, I would say 90% of your challenge is done. Okay. And if you want tips on how to be likable or, trustable, there are many books, YouTube videos, podcasts online. But if you still want to hear it from me, comment down below and let me know, like, oh, this point I need more elaboration. Can you make a video on this? And if I see enough and more people asking the same questions, obviously I'll make a video. Okay. So that's point number one. Be likable, be trustable. And you need to figure out ways and means how you can make yourself, you, trustable and likable. It's different for different people. Girls have a different way of doing it. For girls, as long as they look prim, proper, and presentable, PPP, P. Don't get more words over there. It's very easy. But for men, it's beyond just looking. It's important to look well, speak well, but then how you interact is even more important. Okay, remember, because you're talking macho, man to man, you're dealing with them. All right. So that is the first thing as to always focus on. But here's a caveat. By being likable, I'm not saying kiss ass. By being likable, I'm not saying put on a fake smile. Hey, hi, how are you? It's such a pleasure to meet you. And people can see through it. The Dale Carnegie principle of, use the first name, be a good listener and all that. There are great points. Okay, Dale Carnegie's book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, universal principles. But then if you do not know how to implement them in a mature fashion, people will realize it's fake. So likable and trustable is point number one. Second point, to find these hidden jobs and these well-paying jobs, okay, is you can't do it sitting at home. You can't do it from, typing AI or typing Google search or asking someone in social media, going to Reddit and all these forums. All these are good avenues, platforms, and sources of information, but they can never ever tell you what someone knows as a secret. Okay, so get your ass out of the chair, out of your home, out of your office, go out there into the real world and meet people physically, not even on Zoom. It does not work. Face to face interaction always helps. And no matter how advanced AI is, no matter how complex Reddit or these networking forums work online, there's nothing like a good old fashioned meeting someone face to face and having a conversation. See, I'll give you a simple example. Like when you're with your girlfriend and you walk with her, say on a beach or go for a long walk, conversations, because she's relaxed, because she's in a good mood, the truth comes out. And then you talk to each other very honestly, very genuinely, without trying to put on a facade, a kind of an impression. Because when you're in public, you're always trying to look smart, sophisticated. Oh, you're trying to impress everyone. Oh, she's looking at me. You're trying to put on something. But when you go, uh, just walking on a beach, just you and you, or going for a long walk, or just being, by yourself. Yeah, obviously, if you are in the bedroom, it's different. If you're in the privacy of your four walls, you'll not be bothered about all this. You'll just be thinking of something else. But when you are talking to a person in a relaxed state and doing nothing else, like swimming or having a good dinner, but just walking, I'll tell you, the truth generally comes out. There's another way to get a person to speak the truth is get them drunk, but here, obviously, it will not help you. So when you're meeting someone, obviously, the guy you're meeting is not going to be a romantic interest. Okay, so you're not going to go with him walking on the beach or walking somewhere, holding hands or sitting in the park. However, what you can be doing is meeting him in a setting whereby he's comfortable, he's happy, and he wants to talk. Okay. So for that, you maybe need to take him to his favorite outlet. Okay. Maybe you need to figure out what he likes. Maybe he likes to go, let's say, for example, he likes to go for a seafood dinner. Okay. And he has his favorite restaurant. Okay. And he has his favorite menu. Now, over here, don't overdo it, because if in case he is a guy who loves to stuff his face and eat, he would love for you to take him to his favorite restaurant and you foot the bill and he will hog and hog and hog, and you'll just keep paying. And there are some people who will love to use you. Okay. However, when you take him there, make sure that he is kept happy, but observe and evaluate the situation. Okay, I took him once. Did he just after finish eating, okay, man, I need to go. Oh, I'm stuffed. I'm too full. Oh, I'm too sleepy. I can't talk now. Then you need to follow plan B. I remember I used to do this. I had this person who was a business, he had a business, and I definitely wanted some pointers from him in terms of networks. Um, but I knew that he was smarter than me. I knew that he could read me. So I didn't try to fake it. I didn't try to show, oh, you're my best friend. I would just tell him, yeah, yeah, when we were hanging out, like we used to meet during lunch hours or whatever. I say, hey, if you don't have anything important, we can meet over at this place. Just meet up for a few minutes and we can have lunch together. He say, hey, sure, man. If you're passing by, just come down. So we'd go there and he would eat and like obviously because he's earning more than me, he didn't want me to pay the tab. Um, but when I was there with him, I would always listen carefully to what he's saying. I would always, show interest in what he has to say. And I would ask genuine questions, which not only made him talk more, but which I could learn from. And whenever I had a doubt, I didn't act like I know everything. I didn't act like, oh, ha, 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 all like that. I would generally show that seriousness that I truly wanted to know this guy and I truly wanted to learn from him. And I didn't keep it a secret that I wanted something from him. And that something was knowledge, understanding, learning, and growing. And yes, that opportunity thing was always there. And I told him very openly. I told him, I definitely am looking for opportunities one day in life. And I'm hoping anyone who can give me that, I would be always grateful, whether it's you or anyone else. But then it didn't come with just one meeting. It took time. It took, a couple of months, which went to almost, I would say, nearly a year. It was an investment. It was an investment in that relationship. And I'll tell you, it paid massive dividends because, like I told you, principle number one, he liked me, he trusted me. And because I got away from my comfort zone, I took time to meet him when he was free. Eventually, that bond developed, and we are friends to this day. Okay, so that's point number two. So remember, sitting at home is not going to help you. Get off your lazy ass and do something. Okay, give me a sec. So if you want to know the hidden job markets in, job opportunities in UAE, find a contact or connection who has multiple contacts and connections and spend time with him. Okay. For that, you have to get off your lazy ass, go outside. Number three is simple question to you. How many events, seminars, conferences, networking events, improvement sessions like training programs, maybe all these gatherings which are there, or let's say activities. It can be long distance running club, or it can be a tennis club where your target market comes in. So how many of them have you gone this month? Simple. How many? If your answer is one, then you have given me the answer. What is the possibility of you getting even an opportunity? Okay, even a contact. Because if you're going to go for one per month, after 12 months, that is a year, you have gone for 12 events. How many contacts did you get from that? How many? How many people came to know you? How many people know that you exist? How many people are aware that someone like you works in this company, in this position, in this industry? And most importantly, how many people know that you, who's working in this company, this industry, this position, is looking for X position? Not X position, the position of your dreams or the salary of your dreams. If your answer is just one, two, few, then boss, it's not going to happen. But if you're aggressive about this, and literally, if you can answer and say, yeah, people know, and literally, like, I know of some guys personally myself, every event they are there. They're just there. You'll be like, you're here again. And then it became so common. If you didn't see them, you're like, where the hell were you, man? I knew I'd come in, bump into you. Like, for example, during my days of being in Dubai, I used to always take part in this exhibition called GITEX, Gulf International Technology Exhibition. And it became, I was so visible and so interactive with everyone. Every GITEX people are saying, I know for a fact you're going to be there. Or people say, they would come at the event and say, I was wondering, where the hell were you? So, and when I was not there, even maybe for a day, man, where the fuck are you, man? Jitex is not the same without you. Even though I was not a big shot, even though I was a small guy. Have you ever heard of people say at these sort of exhibitions, this brand, this company, this guy will always be there? You need to be that person. Remember, good things in life don't come easy. And just as you want an opportunity, all the people who come here, majority of them are not just there just to be at the event and see who's a speaker and who's come here, and they are very curious about expanding the opportunities and helping them grow. So how many events, seminars, conferences, networking events, self-improvement programs are you going for per month? The more, the better. But when you go for these events, please don't use these events as a place where you get free buffet and free snacks and free giveaways. I know many idiots who used to do that. Please go there with an agenda. And if you want to know how to network at these events and all, I've also made a video on this. But if you want to know more, it is a very complex subject which will take 30 minutes to an hour to give you pointers. You can comment down below and let me know if this is also what you want. Number four, In every company, there is always this guy who leaks the information. It can be the receptionist, it can be the secretary to the MD, someone who knows all the secrets, or someone knows who's happening, or someone who's generally working in the company. And this person wouldn't mind sharing them with you. There are some others who just don't open their mouth, no matter, even if their life depended on it, they would not share it with you. And in as much as we have to respect them, but they don't serve any benefit. So, how many decision makers do you know? How many spies do you have within the company? How many people are ready to leak the secret information that you're looking for? In my case, okay, um, you'd be surprised to know, I had even the security guard. Sometimes I had the receptionist. I had the secretary. Sometimes I used to even have the senior guy himself opening up and ready to tell me, Roy, listen, don't apply for this position. It's already taken. It's already fake. They're just putting on just a facade that there's a vacancy here. And I'll tell you that that information was very valuable. Why? Because it just saved me a ton of time, man. I didn't have to waste my time. Just imagine you're applying for a job, you're putting in the effort to make the CV, go for the interview, networking, everything, and in the end, you're wondering, why am I not getting a response? So it saves you months, weeks, and months of effort, and you might as well put elsewhere. In fact, the bank opposite to this was when I was dealing with my client, and he managed to get a decision maker who developed a liking for him. She had a kind of soft corner for him, not sexually anything. She saw him as like a family. And you'd not believe this. The vacancy came in her company, and she literally told him, "See, listen, there's a vacancy coming. This is the salary. This is what they are offering. This is what they're looking for. This is what they're seeing in your CV. These are the questions they'll ask you in the interview." Everything she leaked out and told him. And she even told him how to apply to make sure that he would be called for the interview. In the end, he got the job. So, how did he get it? Oh, because of this. And in UAE, it's called Vasta. So, number four is focus on how many people are ready to leak out the information and give it to you, which would help you. And they can be, whether it's a security guard, whether it's someone who admires you, so whether it's someone who has a crush on you, or it simply can be a decision maker. All right, it always helps. And by decision maker doesn't mean only the CEO. By the way, FYI, I used to always directly deal with the CEO of the company. So I got it straight from the horse's mouth. And when I couldn't get that, I would find other people. Okay, that's number four. Number five is self awareness. I know, sounds a very spiritual, Sadguru, kind of hocus pocus stuff. But it's a very simple question. Are you aware who you are? Are you aware? Like, we ask ourselves, who are you? Oh, my name is X, or my name is Loy Machedo, or I am a sales executive in, this company. Okay, that doesn't help. Who are you really? Seriously, who are you? Are you your title? Are you that company? Are you the skill that you offer? Or are you something more? See, you need to know who you are, what image do you portray to other people, what do people feel about you, what do they think about you, what do they say behind your back, what do they perceive, how do they think you fit into the job. In fact, I'll tell you a very surprising thing. Many people, even if they talk to you nicely behind your back, when someone asks, what do you think? Do you think that guy would be good for this position? You'll be very surprised to know some people will be like, see, he's a great guy, but he's definitely not fit for this job. I wouldn't employ him. Seriously. People have actually said that about people they know. And when I've, dealt with the clients and coached some of my, students or whatever, students mean not children, talking of professionals, they themselves find it hard to believe. And one fine day, they come to me and say, "You're so right." Because when I was speaking to my colleague and I asked, "What do you think of this candidate?" They say, "I know him for many years. Trust me, keep away from him." And that very same person is actually dealing with them, laughing with them as if they are their best friends. So you must be aware of what people say about you behind your back. And I made a video on this. It's very, very important. And I even give them strategies to figure that part out. So Don't live with that image that, oh, the way I dress, amazing. I go to a barber, I get a proper haircut. I have I use amazing perfume. I drive the best car. I have everyone speak great about me. People love me. Yeah, but what do they say behind your back? And what do they say when they are confidentially meeting someone? Remember, like for example, you might have a boss in front of your boss. You're prim, proper, presentable, nice, perfect, everything great. When you sit with your friend, you're having a dinner and maybe, you know, five guys, what is that, some burger joint, or you're in just having a pizza, or you're just, you know, in a bar with drinks and you're talking of your boss or your owner, you'll speak the truth. So remember this, it's very different. Okay. So find that out. Not only find that out, learn and improve on it. Like if you're not perceived as a leader, if you're not perceived as a learner, if you're not perceived as trustworthy guy. These are major issues which, because of which you might never get an opportunity. If they don't feel your leadership material, trust me, nobody will give you a job. If they don't feel you're coachable or learnable, for example, when clients come to me, some even offer, okay, I'm ready to be your client, but I know that person is not coachable or learnable. And I realize that if I take this person's money, I have headache on my hands. So sometimes it's better to say no. So you get what I'm saying? So point number 5 is the sense of self-awareness. Point number 6, this is tough to evaluate for yourself, is how good are you at observing people, analyzing people, having critical skills, like a Sherlock Holmes. When he's just walking with his friend, like if you see even the movie, and you just go like as if the eyes and ears of Sherlock Holmes through the scene, and then after that, when his friend Watson sits with him, and why did you like at a particular scene, he just walks with Watson, and all of a sudden he gets one guy randomly and takes him and grab him. I'm just making up a scene, and squeezes him, and then he said, "Why are you catching this guy? This guy is innocent. This guy looks like a decent chap." No, wait, and suddenly he pulls out his wallet from his hand. So he's like, "How the hell did you know that this guy has your wallet?" Because he was from afar. So then Sherlock Holmes literally, the director will rewind and take you to that scene. As when he's walking, he tells you, he was following me from there. That light bulb went up here and this person was moving there. And he gives you such intricate details. You'll be like, sheesh, I walked with, this guy, this character on the same scene. I failed to notice all these things. So the question is, how good are your observational skills, your critical thinking skills, your analytical skills? Are you biased? Are you so blinded by your own reasoning that you're not able to see through people? Because there are many situations where it'll be useful. For instance, there are some people who are very talkative, okay? And you believe you'll get the information from them. But if you really maybe use your thinking, maybe he's trying to squeeze information out of you. Maybe there's someone who's very critical about you and you literally feel the person hates you. But deep down, maybe the person is very genuine, very loving, very nice. Maybe they're doing it uh, because they want you to improve. Or let's say there is someone who, um, you know, you don't like because they always hurt your feelings. But then, you know, if you really think about it, maybe this person genuinely wants you to improve. Is your well wisher. At least this person is telling you what you need to hear. So, like this, there are many other situations in day to day life where it's not as straightforward as black and white. For that, you need to observe, like, how does the person walk? How does the person talk? How does the person sit? Is the person, when you're talking to them, are they looking here, there, constantly? Are they fidgeting? Or have you noticed this when you are talking to someone and in a conversation, sometimes you don't know how long you went on talking, where this person ends up, their leg has shifted, their body language shifted, like they want to get out. They're looking the other side. They're like waiting for you to take a breath so that they can tell you, okay, listen, I got a call coming. I'll talk to you later. So these are very important skills that will help you survive and sustain. And this all helps into being that person who manages to get the information you need. Okay, that is point number 6. Number 7 is the power of persuasion. Yes, you must have read books from Robert Greene and what is it, Robert Cialdini on the how to the art of influence. Okay, all these books are damn good. You must read it. If you watch a YouTube or book review, they'll give you the points in summary. But then reading is something. Are you able to do it? Are you able to execute it? And are you able to do it flawlessly? Like, remember, you can watch a YouTube video how, how to make, let's say, for example, you're trying to make, let's say, uh, chicken biryani, or let's say chicken biryani. You're trying to learn how to make. Okay, he makes rice first, he takes the chicken, he cuts it, okay, puts it together, steams it together, covers it up. Oh, okay, he has made it. But now you need to actually do it, right? And if you do it, is it gives you a result, but is it the same result as the person is doing? In fact, after you have done it, how do you evaluate with the best biryani that you ate versus the worst? Where do you rate yours? Would you have made it better? So obviously, the answer would be yeah, I could make it better if I had more experience. So in order to do that, you have to constantly practice and up your game. Do I put more salt? Do I put more of this flavor? Do I put more chicken? Do I put more rice? Or do I try some other new style of cooking that I've never tried? Do I try a new ingredient? So all this comes through trial and error. In the same way, persuasion as a skill is very easy if you just watch the video or if you just read a few tips. Of course, you need to implement it. It's like making a YouTube video is damn easy. Put on the camera, have your mic and your video, talk, upload it. Okay, that's easy. Anyone and everyone can do that. It takes seconds. In fact, if you want to put an Instagram reel or TikTok reel, all you got to do is take your damn phone and just talk, upload, finish. It's done. But then the question is, why is it some people are more viral, more effective at getting engagement? Some people actually earn money out of it. Yeah, they're doing something you're not doing, right? And how did they reach there? Do you think they just woke up one morning, made a video, and it became viral? No. Yes, there are exceptions to the case. But if you have to succeed, you have to constantly practice. And the number one skill in the world is persuasion. If you can persuade the guy, the decision maker, or the important person to like you, trust you, the point which I said, okay, and the world is at your feet. I mastered the art of persuasion. I'm not saying I'm the world's best. I mastered to the best of my ability where I was able to survive and sustain in UAE with a tattooed face, being controversial. People still, they always, believe it or not, and if you doubt me, remember, I'm making a living from people who have never met me, just saw my videos, and they actually pay me 100% first, and then I offer them the service. So, how persuasive are you? And I suggest if you believe or if you don't know how persuasive you are, ask people, do you think I'm very convincing? Do you think I can convince anyone? Or if you don't want to do by asking people, try figuring out how you can make just a random person, may not be just a girl. Like you see these pickup artists comes there, they talk to a random girl. Next thing she's smooching him. That's all bullshit. Okay, but can you make a random person talk to you? Say men, do they talk to you just or they say yeah? Who are you? Like or a female. And if you can do it with the opposite gender and you can do it very well and very frequently, I'm not saying that you meet a girl and she, oh, I want to go in bed with you. No, if you can do it frequently where um, random strangers they find you like trustworthy enough, well, you have persuasive skills. Remember, I'm tattooed, my face is tattooed, so people always had this kind of yucky this thing. I still used to make them talk to me. So practice these skills. Number 8, this one takes experience and maturity, because if not done properly it can backfire. How can you get what you want from another person in the least time possible, being as direct as possible? Okay. I know this one is a tall order. I'll give you an example which will make sense. If you have seen my video, 2011 Loy Machedo suicide, you know that I was without a job. No job. Okay. No job, no money, penniless on the streets completely. Okay. And I needed help because I didn't even have money, even for my next meal. Okay. So now obviously I have to ask people, and nobody likes a guy who's asking, "Hey, can you help me? Hey, can you do this for me? Hey, can you give me money, or can you give me food?" Nobody wants. Even I don't like. Okay, I'm being honest with you. So in order to survive, I had to ask. I definitely needed help. Okay. So now the question is, how would I do it? Okay, I'm persuasive enough. Okay, people like me and all that. But now the question is, if I don't have money for my next meal within 24 hours, I can't take 1 year to make the person like me, to help me to get my next meal, right? I need immediately. So in order to get help immediately, I have to get to the point. Like you meet someone, say the guy is very busy, he doesn't have time. He's like a manager. Yeah, what do you want, man? Fast. Because if you say long story, boss, I'm busy. So the question is, how directly can you get to the point and convince him to help you? Like you can just say, sir, help me. That's being direct. But then if you say help me, like people come and, sir, please help me. What do you want? Specifically, get to the point. What do you? So I want your service, or I want your advisor. Okay, here's the advice. Service. I charge for money. Finish, right? Then, oh, please, sir, can you help me? Please, I don't have money. No, I'm not interested. Sorry, I'm busy. Bye. So, how can you speak to the guy? How can you speak to the guy whereby when he tells you, the guy tells you, I'm busy, get to the point. How can you ask the question in such a way that he will most your biggest thing is you don't want him to say no, where he's ready to help you. How can you make him at least, if not say yes, I'll help you, at least empathize with you enough that he would at least guide you to the right person? This took me a long time to master. All right. And you must get to the point, others you're simply dragging. It's like having this girl who you want to fall in love with, who definitely you want to get romantic, have sex with, and but then it's she takes you for months and months on dates. You're spending money, taking her date, buying her gifts, everything you're doing. And after 2 years, you're like, sheesh, man, she has not taken, not even give me a smooch, a kiss on the cheek. So might as well just directly ask her, do you think we can take it to the next level? So when are you going to ask her? Are you going to ask her after 2 years, 1 year, 6 months? And if you ask her, would she get offended? Do you know how to ask her? So point number 8 focuses on how effective your communication skills are, how you can get directly to the point and drive home the point. When I didn't have food, when I didn't have money, when I didn't have anything, I would tell the person to the point, listen, this is what I want. Okay, I actually structured the sentence in such a way that if he could not help me, I would not only get a no, I would get a reference, or I would get someone else. And if the person really didn't want to help me and the person was useless, just give me lip service, I figured that part out without making an enemy out of him, and I would never get in touch with that person again. All right. So this is very important. Take it from me. Others, you're just barking up a wrong tree. It's like you forwarding your CVs to 100 people. Help me forward it to others. Yeah. Just send me a CV. I'll forward it. Nothing happens. Okay. So how directly can you get what you want to the point, which makes this whole point as how powerfully effective your communication skills are to help you get what you want. Okay, that's point number 8. Point number 9 is the sense of urgency. Oh, goodness. I cannot emphasize this enough. I read when I was small, no? I don't know if it is Stephen Covey or who it is, the author of 7 Habits, Highly Effective People, must read book. The one is it's urgent. Next one is it's important. The difference is very simple. Let's say, for example, if you don't respond to this email, you'll lose this customer. If you don't respond within 1 hour. So that's a very urgent thing. I need to do this within 1 hour, or I'll lose a customer, or you lose your flight will fly off. So that's urgent. You have to do it fast. Important is, let's say, if tomorrow you want to apply for a position tomorrow, you need an MBA. So it's not urgent. The MBA, you don't need it now, but it is important for you in the future. So I hope I made it very simple for you, urgent and important. So what I've noticed is when something is important, people know that, they realize it, they have a plan of action for it, but they never do it. So it remains back of their head. Oh, simple. Losing weight. How many people do you think who are aware of the fact that they're overweight, cholesterol, diabetes, blood pressure, all issues, yet they don't bother going to the gym? Oh, I don't have time. Yeah, yeah. I'll do it from tomorrow. Yeah. Hey, listen, this is forget. But I can challenge you and tell you this. If the guy got a stroke and is half paralyzed, or is hospitalized, or doctors tell him, if your situation doesn't improve, in 3 months we'll have to amputate your leg, or you'll become blind. Do you think he's going to say, yeah, I don't have time. Oh, I'm busy at work. You immediately then. What if the doctor says, you have cancer, you might die within 6 months? You think he's going to say, I don't have time. It's important. I'll do it one day. No, they'll do it. They'll leave everything and do it now. Let's say, for example, another example which I use with my clients, when they say, uh, I don't know what I'll do. They go all this bullshit. I said, if you're can you tell me someone who you love more than life itself? People say, my mother, my father, oh, my daughter, I love my daughter, oh, I love my son, oh, my girlfriend, oh, my wife. Okay. I tell them, imagine you're busy at work, because they tell me, I don't have time. I really busy. I really don't have time. I said, she got hit by a car and she's bleeding on the road. You hear that. And you have important work with your boss, life changing situation. What would you do? Would you sit at your work or run it? You're saying, fuck, I would leave everything. I would say, if the boss tell lose your job, I said, take your job, shove it up your ass. And I would run to my loved one, make sure that they go to hospital. And I tell them, what if you don't have the money? Doctor says, bring the money. They said, I will beg the doctor, I'll go down on my knees, I'll catch his feet, I'll plead with him. I will tell him, sir, I have the money, just, start the operation, I'll go get it. I might even rob a bank. That is the level of urgency you need to have if you have to succeed even in this task. Because remember, I've told people time in and time again, getting a job is actually a job in itself. It's not that easy, boss. So, another one of the most important points of success, which getting a job in the Middle East, especially, the well-paying jobs, is you have to take on uh, this adventure or this goal, this complete, final destination that you have, where you have to work with a sense of urgency. It's like when you sleep, you think about this. When you eat, you think about this. When you wake up in the morning, you are in the toilet, you are having a shower, you are even having sex, you're thinking about this. That is the kind of obsession I have with my brand. That is the obsession I have with my videos. That is the obsession I have with my clients. How do you think I make a living, man? You think I just get up, I'll casually today, what, make a video? Yeah, no, man. Oh yeah, video, what topic? I don't know. Nothing doing. I have a very clear vision every single day. And remember, this comes from a guy who literally puts up 3 to 4 videos per day, every single day. And I've been doing this for the last, I think, 5, 6 years? You think these 9,000 videos that I put up have just come up from the air? And remember, each one is like 15 minutes to up to 1 hour each. Okay. So how do I do that? Is because I have a sense of urgency. Oh, shish. Tomorrow, competition will take over. I live with this sense of fear. I live with this sense of, I can be irrelevant. Oh, maybe I'll not get opportunity to make money tomorrow. I look at it as a life or death situation. That is how urgent. That is why even if my wife and I have to go out or go for a movie, anyway, work is first. I am ready to cancel anything. In fact, I've sometimes even missed, or I've skipped going for my daughter's special function if there is something very urgent and important. Okay, over there is, if I can convince the client, can we postpone this? And if the client says yes, fine. But if the client says, No, no, I can't postpone. If you say no, then opportunity is gone. Then I'll compensate and get it done. I'm not talking of a life-saving situation. Let's say my wife has a life-saving surgery. Example. There, common sense. But you get what I'm saying, of the sense of urgency. All right. Last and final point, in terms of the hidden job market secrets of UAE. Last and final point. I'll give you these three words: obsession, repetition, consistency. Anything and everything I've done in life, or you look at anyone who you admire, whether it's, let's say, Joe Rogan on the podcast, whether it is, let's say, your favorite boxer, fighter, MMA, cricketer, film actor, model, okay? I can challenge you and tell you this. They are obsessed about what they're doing. They do it constantly with repetition every single day. And, they are consistent, even if it's raining, even if they are sick. I'll give my example so that you can maybe relate to it. I'm obsessed about my brand. I talk about my brand. I market my brand. I sell myself. People know that. I'm obsessed with Loy Machedo. Loy Machedo is my brand. Loy Machedo is me. My name, my everything is Loy Machedo. In fact, before even getting married, I told my wife, my work is first. Huh? More than you, my work, more than God, more than my parent, more than my life. Okay, is that clear? She said, I don't have a problem with that. Because if she would say no, I was not, no matter how good she was, I'd break off. Even today, with my wife and kid, my work is first priority. If they ask choose between me and the work, bye bye. I'll not even take a second. Why? You'll be like, oh, you're so heartless. Boss, if I don't bloody work, if I don't earn, who's going to feed me? Who's going to feed them? Who's going to feed and take care of their future? Wife can't earn, kid can't earn. So what is my priority? Me, my ability to earn. Money. Money is God for me. I'm sorry. I'm not ashamed about it. Anyone has a problem, go fuck yourself. That's my attitude. Very simple. You will not feed me. Who will feed me? Tomorrow, if you don't have a job, you don't have anywhere to go, you don't have money, who's going to come and take care of your sorry ass, man? Come on. So I'm very upset, very clear. I don't give a damn. If I have to choose between the life of somebody and my work, simple. I'm not going to think twice. Because if I focus on them and I give up this, how will I earn for the next 20 years? So that level of obsession is there. That clarity is there. That vision is very clear. Okay. The second one is repetition. Every single day there's a video. Loy Machedo puts up a video. Whoever has followed my channel knows for a fact, if I check Loy's channel tomorrow, there's a new video. That level of consistent. Why I developed this is because when I was to go to a particular site, news site, every day there would be something new, interesting to read. And I used to love going to that website. But after, I think a new management took over, I can't remember the site. Funny thing is, when I was young, uh, when I, went to that site again, I found the same article for, 2 days, 3 days. Sometimes it wouldn't change. And very soon it even dragged on for a week. There'd be no change. And soon I lost interest totally. I never felt the need to go to that site. Why do you think these online games, they have every day if you sign in, there is a reward? And so you eagerly sign in because you don't want to miss, like, even these this site which is Shopee, which is like eBay, Amazon, where they want people to buy. There are these coins and points. If you sign in, it goes 1. Next day you sign, you go 2. Third day you sign, it goes 3. Fourth day you sign, it goes 4 coins. So every day for the week it keeps increasing. But if you miss one day, it goes back to square one. So nobody wants to miss a day. Even I sign in all my games because I want to get that reward, even though it's virtual. So repetition is very important. That is why anyone who watches, who's subscribed to my channel, knows whether they like me, whether they hate me, whatever, Loy Machedo is going to put up a new video. So even my enemies sign in just to say, what is this clown? What did he put up today? Okay, so repetition. And last one is that consistency that you need to have. I know these 2 points, repetition and consistent, can be used interchangeably. I'll just give you the difference. Repetition is me putting a video every day. Okay, I just put the video. You'll say, oh, that is also being consistent, right? Wait, let me tell you. I'll simplify it. Repetition is, I, let's say, in order to go to the gym, shoes, socks, um, you know, change the shirt, the trouser, take my gym bag, water, um, just immediately go to my headphones, take the scooter, go there, okay, do, uh, let's say, 45 minutes, 1 hour, directly come back. Okay. So I repeat the same process. Uh, this is the menu. It's like the ingredients. Being consistent is, today I'm feeling lazy. Today I'm feeling tired. Today it's raining. Uh, in fact, there have been times when I'm making these videos, which has happened this week. Sorry, last week. Today's Monday. Last week, I was sick for 3 days, and third day the fever was very high. Nobody knows about it who has watched my videos. Nobody until now. Um, and I'll tell you, I was struggling to make a video. Struggling. Oh goodness. I sat. It took me, like, there have been days where when I was sick or I'm not in a mood. Sometimes, people say you get a writer's block or creative block. Can you believe I'm sitting here in front of the camera waiting for that moment where I feel like, yes, now I have the energy, the creativity, the feeling to make a video. Sometimes I just feel, oh man, I make a video after, let's say, 5 minutes, it's not happening. Yeah. Or I speak for 3 minutes and I just lose my chain of thought. Or sometimes I feel, oh man, I'm dragging this point here. This is sick. So I sat for 4 hours just to make that video. Nothing happened. Then finally I got fed up. I took a nap, came back, again sat down. This went on for the whole bloody day. Can you believe a whole bloody day I didn't put up a video? But then you'll be like, did you just say that you upload every day? Yes. That is why I have emergency backup videos. That is why if you see some of my videos, now I'm looking clean shaven. All of a sudden, you'll see the next video where I'm fully bearded. You'll be like, didn't this guy just shave himself? In fact, do you know that I have backup videos, even some as old as last year? There are some, as of now, I think 17. So if in case, let's say, I really can't make a video, I had to go for an emergency, my lawyer or immigration, or let's say my accountant, or I had to do something for my daughter, I have my backup. So it's consistent. Got the difference? So you need to have these three traits in you to succeed. But in reference to this point is, if you want to get that hidden job, that hidden opportunity somewhere, right? Okay, you need to follow this formula: the obsession, the repetition, and the consistency. And if you have these three, I challenge you, you will see results. It is impossible not to see the results, because you will get better. It's like someone who just uh, practice a skill for 1 hour versus someone who has put 100 hours. And for me, I've literally put close to 30 years of my life into speaking. 30 years, imagine. So obviously, I should be better than others, right? So, in the same way, how I used to get these hidden jobs in the market, the hidden opportunities, is because I practice these skills, all which I've mentioned in this video, um, tirelessly, tirelessly. And I can assure you this much: just as you become good at playing a game, or fixing, let's say you're a guy who fixes computer parts, or assembles computers, as you keep repeating the process, you will be the best at it. All right. So I hope these 10 points gave you value. Guess what? 1 hour of video spoken nonstop. I hope this video gave you value, and I hope you surely benefit from this. Like I said, I make videos like this where it'll give you value, or help you in some way or another, especially those who cannot afford a mentor. If you have any such topic or any such question, feel free, comment down below. I'll always respond to them, or at least I'll read them. Having said that, let me know what are your thoughts. This is me signing off. And one final thing: if you watch this video right up to the end, comment and let me know with this comment, yes, I watched right up to the end, so I know who you are. All right. Good, bad, ugly. You guys take care. This is me signing off. Yeah, bye.